that was a big sigh.
Well, I do that every time we come back.
We do.
We are having a bit of a laugh during the ad breaks, it has to be said, with Stephen detailing what he's going to eat when he gets home.
Hungry. I'm hungry.
We've been talking about food all morning. I know it's Easter, but blimey.
We better crack on and get my attention away from food then.
Crack on.
Kevin Schofield and Cindy, you are here to take us through the papers this morning. Hello, you two. Did we have a look at The Guardian, Kevin?
Yeah, so they've done an analysis of all the Conservatives who have said they're standing down at the election and added up how long they've been MPs for. So at the moment there's 66 MPs who were elected as Conservatives at the last election. So there's 63 of them are still Tories, 3 of them have lost the whip. But anyway, they're standing down. As if you add it all up, it comes to just under 1,000 years of experience.
Blimey.
Which is a lot. Which is a lot.
I don't know what to make of that. Mind you, if it was in the House of Lords, it would be 10,000 years.
Yeah. Historic. I mean, the thing is, who was it during the week that said, they're all standing down because they're exhausted? Yeah, not because they're going to get booted out.
I think that might have
that was Andrea Leadsom.
Yes,
on Chopper's political podcast.
Yes, that's right. She said they're exhausted. That's why they're all standing down.
It's pure coincidence that they're also going to lose.
I think they are
a little bit exhausted. It has been a crazy number. Since in the last 10 years has been crazy politics. You know, the Scottish referendum and the Brexit referendum. That barely stops before we've got COVID and Ukraine war and now this. You know, it has been a tiring.
It has been, although 9 of them were only just elected in 2019. So I don't think they can be too tired.
Right.
3 more in 2017 and 8 in 2015. So almost a third of them have been MPs for less than a decade. So I don't think they
But Kevin, in that time we've had 3 Tory Prime Ministers. So that's also pretty.
It's been like 30 years normally, yeah. I mean, it's been a crazy time, but I think what it means is, after the election, assuming the Conservatives are in opposition, you know, there's going to be so many inexperienced... Not only are they going to have much fewer MPs, but they're all going to be very inexperienced.
But that's not a bad thing, is it?
It's fresh ideas, but I think it's going to make it much more difficult for them to form into a strong opposition. To then win back power the following election.
I think on the reverse, I'd be interested to see the Labour government experience, if you see what I mean. So once Labour come in and if they've got a big majority, what would the years look like for those who have actually had ministerial or government experience in the Labour Party? It would be also very, very small because they haven't been in government for so long.
Actually, the other political story, look at this one.
Oh, yes, I love this one.
Tory advisors desert the PM to offer Starmer advice.
Yes, this is so good. So the Telegraph have got 6 different high-profile Tory people who used to advise Tories who are now advising the Labour Party, including Boris Johnson's ex-wife, Marina Wheeler, who I'm not sure she can be counted as a Tory advisor necessarily, but she has been advising Keir Starmer on workplace harassment policy. Other people are Mark Carney, former Bank of England chief, people who have been knighted by David Cameron, Lord Cooper of Windrush, also turning to the Tories, to the Labour Party. Nick Bowles, who literally used to be a Tory MP, is talking to the shadow cabinet about how to transition into power. So everyone's leaving, seeing which way the wind is blowing.
Anyone getting a vision of rats leaving a rapidly sinking
I didn't quite want to say that, John.
Honestly, though, it just goes to show there's no loyalty in politics.
None.
If they think they can pull a wage out of a Starmer government...
And they can get closer to power.
Yeah.
They can just shed off just take off the blue rosette, stick on a red one.
Stick on a red one, doesn't it? Well, actually, to be fair, Kevin, that is a fair point, because they are quite similar now, the two parties.
Well, there is that. It's much easier, I guess, for Tories to transition to Labour now than they would have been when Jeremy Corbyn was leader, for instance, when they were much further
especially for someone like Nick Bowles, who during the Brexit years was starting to, stick out of the Conservative Party like a sore thumb. So he hasn't been there for a long time, I think.
But also shows the way I think the Conservatives potentially are moving further to the right as well. So these people who were maybe more at home and under the Cameron government can drift leftwards.
Maybe so. I've got to talk about this, Kevin. It's in The Sun this morning.
Yeah.
Things are getting so bad in Greggs. They're having to roll out body cams to stop people stealing a steak bake.
Correct. I mean, well, you've summed it up there. I mean, it does... On one hand, it does sound quite humorous, but I think it shows cost-of-living crisis. I mean, we know that shoplifting has gone up a lot.
How do you nick a steak bake out
we were talking about this because it's behind the... We thought maybe you order it and they put it on top of the counter,
Then
and
you
just
run-
swipe
Just
it and
run
run,
with it.
I guess. Or you wait till their back's turned. I mean, that's more difficult, isn't it, to nip round
Yeah.
and but yeah. So it's not just that. It's
You've
for
thought it through, Kevin.
what's that?
We were just wondering.
I was trying to think, how long would it take me? But it's also to keep staff safe if they're attacked as well. I'm not sure if that's how much of a problem that is in Greggs, but yeah.
Why
So
don't
now
you
we've
just
got.
put CCTV in the store? Why do you have to wear these blooming body cams?
No, well, it's
Yeah, maybe they're black.
an Enterprise and Sun journalist has obviously spotted it in the London Bridge station, which is right next to the Sun offices, and it's a sign basically saying to ensure the safety of our customers and colleagues, we are trialling body-worn cameras in this shop, and audio and video will be recorded. It's real
Do we
Orwellian
think
stuff.
this is actually the cost of living crisis driving this, or do we think it's just a complete lack of law and order at the moment?
I think it's a combination, I think. I think people think they can get away with it. I mean, now you go into supermarkets, even small supermarkets, and they've got, like, a security guy on the door.
Yeah.
So it is pretty worrying. And you see it, they're so brazen. You know, they walk in, swipe it. And it's not just... I've seen them in other shops or, like, food places. I saw one time 2 or 3 young guys go in, clear, basically, the chiller cabinet with sandwiches and stuff, and they're halfway down the street before anyone knows what's happening.
But honestly, your children should know better. Let's just have a look. Can we have a...
Sounds like you're running Fagin's Den.
No, he's a crime lord. Can we finish off with a quick look at cacao?
Yes, so there's a shortage in cocoa beans coming up. Well, the harvest is bad this year, which means that next year there will be a worldwide chocolate crisis. The Sun have got...
Just stuff our faces now, basically.
Yeah, you're starving,
You're doing your
Stephen.
bit. It has to be said.
So the advice is to stockpile on Easter eggs on Monday for next year, apparently. And
they
I've got-
last a year?
the Sun's got... Yeah, apparently if you freeze them,
Oh, right.
then they can last a year. And the Sun's got chocolatiers saying the era of cheap chocolate is over, which is all quite scary.
So stuff your face now, ladies and gents, while you've got the chance. Cindy, Kevin, thanks very much indeed. Here's your weather.